Hello, my name is Patty Roach. I am one of the co-owners of C60Evo.com. Very proud to bring you information about the products that we carry. We're the only lab in the world that's been manufacturing C60 industrial versions and carbon 60, the pure ESS 60 that we make at our lab for the last 30 years, my proud partners. So along the way, aside from all the oils that a lot of people take, that we've been making for years that you can buy online, we came up with ways to use ESS 60 to make facial serum, make a lip renewal. And so to make sure it was the best possible, I have a friend of 40 plus years in Boulder who's pretty famous across the world. She's written 14 books that are all about natural healing, natural sensuality. Her books are Rawsome, Raw is the Law, and she is very well known in Colorado, taking people on herb walk tours. I couldn't find anybody better, probably on earth, to come up with natural healing facial products. So I made a Brigitte visit and we had an appointment for a formulation before I went to the lab formulator. And I hadn't seen her in a few months. And when I walked up and sat down, her skin was so gorgeous. Her facial skin was so beautiful before we even started working together. And I was like, well, guess what we're making? What is your secret? And she had already nailed it pretty well. Chia seed oil. Now, I've never heard of that in any facial remedy. So I was super excited because it looks fabulous on her and it works. So our facial serum has been out a few months now. We are selling the heck out of it. It's got 21 natural, organic, and vegan ingredients. And Brigitte helped us to start with the chia seed oil and finish with this fabulous essence, which I want her to describe why we chose a rosemary essence for our facial serum. So Brigitte Mars, I would like to introduce her to you to talk about the natural production products that we have here.
So I'm always grateful for the opportunity to, share the good news with other people. And when Patty asked if I would help with this formula, I thought, well, that's a great thing. I'm always, I've been in the natural foods industry for over 50 years. So it's always a great opportunity to, raise the bar and help other people come up with great products. So I love serums. Serums are very rich and super concentrated. They're usually applied before a moisturizer and before bedtime when it can really seep in. So I see this as a great opportunity for nourishing your skin. And we absorb about 60% of what we put on our skin into our bloodstream. So it's really important to look at, what is going to go in, put on our bodies. And so this was a great opportunity. And I love chia. I eat chia seed all the time. Salvia hispanica, it's a black seed that you could soak overnight and then add things to. But we know that chia seed is really high in omega-3 fatty acids. And it's a superfood. It's really, really rich. So I use it internally as a food source. I make crackers out of it. But the idea of using this oil that is super nourishing was really very exciting to me. And you're right. I don't know of other companies doing this, but I'm glad that C60 is one of the first doing it. So chia is amazing. It really is considered a superfood. It does grow wild in North America. You find it a lot in the Southwest. And I feel, really good about this plant. I think it's wonderful to use things that can be grown in our country and that have a long tradition of use. However, using it on your skin, it's a great idea. So there's all kinds of other oils and things in this formula. The Evo, C60 Evo, like rosehip seed oil and argan oil, things that are like super penetrating and super nourishing, things that can help reduce inflammation in the body, things that are not going to clog your pores. I'm amazed at some of the things that people are putting on their skin, not realizing that it's going to end up in your body. So I also feel strongly that when we support natural products, we're also supporting the greening of the planet. And I not only like to use the serum, topically, but, being such a health freak, I might not only put it on my skin, but then I like to, massage it in. This is an Ayurvedic tool called a Kansa wand. So, I might be sitting around hanging out with friends or watching a movie, and I'm moving circulation. There's all kinds of little tools you can get. This one's all from Chinese tradition. It actually stimulates collagen production. You might have seen these at the health food store, these like jade roller wands. So how about making a great product even more effective by using some of these traditional healing tools and really getting it to penetrate deeply into your skin? But aside from that, one thing I'm really excited about is the addition of rosemary essential oil. Rosemary is oil in the mint family, as Chia is too. And Shakespeare said, there's rosemary for remembrance. Pray thee, love, remember. Actually, he has Ophelia say that in Hamlet, even better. So rosemary is an antioxidant. It's one of the great anti-aging herbs and essential oils. There was a study done at Rutgers University where they found out that rosemary had preservative properties equal to the chemicals BHA and BHT, which I do not want to eat. But rosemary, I feel like, is a great answer. It also has an ancient tradition of helping to promote longevity and youthfulness. I have to tell you, I actually sleep with a little rosemary dream pillow inside my pillowcase, because not only does it help you to have amazing dreams, I could write a science fiction book, but also to remember your dreams. So what a boon to be able to like put this on your skin and, you're smelling it. Another little secret I'll tell you, I taught my kids that when you're studying, smell rosemary. And then when you have to go take the test, smell rosemary. It's a great way to get straight A's, despite not always doing a lot of homework. So the idea that we're putting some sort of supreme antioxidant topically on our skin, well, that's just another boon. And the fact that you're smelling it during the day, you just might find that you have sharper, quicker thinking as well. So there's that whole other benefit. In traditional herbal medicine, rosemary is considered a cephalic, and that's spelled CEPHALIC, meaning it's good for all kinds of ailments of the head. So rosemary is good for memory. It's good for brain function. It's also good for headaches. So just putting it on your skin, you might find that it's a benefit, and it's a preservative, which also makes it really nice that we could use rosemary to preserve a product rather than having to use chemical preservatives. So here's a product. I'm enjoying using it. I have been enjoying the results that I get from it, and you might want to try it too. And I just hope that it brings you as much joy as it's brought me. Thanks for joining me and having a listen.
Awesome. Chris, did you know 60% of what you put on your skin goes into your body? You want to give us your scientific perception of what we just heard?
Yeah, absolutely. So Brigitte, thank you for helping this formula. And really, this has been a passion of Patty's. And if we think back to what even originally drove this, people were consuming our edible oil, right, on a regular basis, and they were coming back and reporting improvements in skin and improvements in hair. And also Patty and other customers were, when they consumed the product, there'd be a little bit of residue on the bottle, and they would take that and rub it into their face. And they noticed just from consuming it and then also adding it externally, they noticed such a profound difference that Patty was like, we've got to make something. I'm not necessarily a face serum kind of guy. I do use it now. So Patty, got in the bus, got behind the steering wheel and pulled Brigitte on the bus right away. So really, thank you so much for kind of being the grounding of this formulation. And yeah, it's pretty impressive. 60%. I wasn't aware of that particular number. Yes, a lot of what you put on your skin gets absorbed. Skin is the largest organ in our body. A lot of people don't think of it that way. A lot of people don't think of how important it is to be aware of what you are putting on your skin. one of the things that that Brigitte mentioned is that rosemary has an impact on headaches, and that just made me think of, you know, one of the things that I share with a lot of our audiences. I am the geeky scientist who has a spreadsheet tracking my migraines. I used to get migraines back to 2014. I used to get 4 or 5 migraines a year. I started taking this formulation in earnest in 2018. Didn't get a single migraine. My wife was getting 9+ migraines. She's down to 1 every other month, probably. So you couple that with this rosemary and you've got like a 1-2 punch. And then you talked about the antioxidant capabilities inside of some of the components that you had recommended. You couple that with the ESS60 molecule that we have in there, and that's the refined version of C60. That C60 that's been processed for safe human consumption is ESS60. And that is an antioxidant. There's at least one study that shows it to be 172 times more powerful than vitamin C. So you've got a lot of really important things. You did mention something which was inflammation. Very important. We're all aware that inflammation is important to manage. I do have to say the FDA hasn't evaluated our product. It's not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease. And when it comes to inflammation, we do have to be careful. You're talking about the particular aspects of some of the components. I'm sure there's really good literature out there. What we do know about the ESS60 molecule and really the kind of fundamental C60 Evo formulations is that it fits perfectI'm well in an anti-inflammatory diet. So yes, we've got all of these things working together to create. And I'm going to be honest, like I knew this would be a good thing. But the feedback that we're getting from so many of our customers really kind of parallels, you know, we're shocked sometimes at what people are saying about our ESS60 and oil products. And then kind of equally shocked about how complimentary people are about this formulation. So it's a pretty amazing thing that you, Brigitte, has helped Patty put together.
I couldn't have picked anybody better. What were you going to say?
Well, thank you so much. And, you know, the idea that what we put on our skin does get absorbed into our body. If we just look at all the drugs that are being delivered transdermally, and, you know, we're even finding out that a lot of the preservatives like methyl and propylparabens like ended up in people's livers and in tumors. So it is super important to think about what goes on in our bodies. It's being produced on the planet and it ends up inside of us. So it's really important to partner with high conscious products for great results.
And I want to add this, I think this is just very interesting. So put some of the face serum on my leg the other day. I had a couple of insect bites and my dog started licking it off my leg. And I turned to my wife and I'm like, hey, how many other creams and lotions do you have that the dog would actually lick off of your skin? And she's like, well, none, none. And I think that's a huge testament to about the natural ingredients that are in this. The dog is interested in consuming this product because it's understood to be so healthful.
That's funny because I used it the other day for mosquito bites and the itch went away really quickly. So I'm not sure which of the 21 ingredients it was, but I was like, oh, good. This thing is a remedy for so many different issues. But this was fascinating to me because I didn't know either that 60%. So these chemical sunscreens that people put on, I've been told I've got to do it, you know, so I put it on for a few days, the dryness that came instantly. My body is so natural now with all the products that I'm really picky about, but I was trying to behave with the doctor because I'm dealing with some skin cancer surgeries over the last 18 months. And as I'm looking, I don't know if you can see a little bit this scar here. It's a few months old. I had 9 stitches inside, 8 on the outside, and you almost can't see the scar. I had another one here, and you almost can't see the scar. And it's because I have been using this. And I also used the J roller. What did you call it?
Yeah, the jade roller, that can be rose quartz or amethyst. Yeah.
So you have jade, I have rose quartz. Actually, my house is so full of rose quartz now, but I love the roller also. And now I need to start using it on my face. But I won't say how many, but Brigitte and I are both in our 60s. Is that okay to say? I
I'm
admit
almost
it.
70.
Wow. Okay, she's
Wow.
willing. Well, if you want to look at our skin, we're both taking this beautiful product. And I want to mention that at the lab, you know, I design words and selling, but then they come up with the boxes. Now, for a couple of guys in Texas, this impressed me. I mean, look at our box. Revive, replenish, rejuvenate. And it's like, I mean, the presentation is so pretty. So aside from using it yourself, great gift item. All of our bottles come wrapped in pretty tissue. We have 3 different flavors of the oil, but the one we always recommend is olive oil because it holds more ESS 60 and C60 than any other oil on earth. So the facial renewal is $75 unless you sign up for a monthly subscription. Then it's 20% off, goes down to 60, I think, something, which would make sense, 20%, hello. So as you sign up for a monthly subscription, you'll save 20% every month. And if you don't love it, send us an email and it's done. But most people have kept going. We also sell cluster products where you save 15% if you buy the facial serum and the oil. And what we call that is the inside and out set. Before I even knew 60% of what goes on your skin goes into your body, we knew that we were taking it inside for healing from the inside out, but now putting it on the skin and inside, it really makes a difference. So I just want to say that I'm grateful for my formulators, first Brigitte and then Kanchen. And what we've come up with, we're getting very few cancellations and a whole lot of orders. So Brigitte, you're going to say something new.
Yeah, I just want to add one other thing. I'm not surprised that your scar has been healing so well because if I were to create an anti-scar formula, aloe vera, argan oil, avocado oil, which are also in there, are wonderful for, and rosehip seed oil. So I think that you're going to find a lot of other uses for this product. And I'm glad you're trying it on mosquito bites because rosemary is good for that too.
Well, thank you so much for working with us. Chris, any more scientific thoughts from the lab?
No, I think we've covered it. And I think the best thing that, you know, the genesis of this product is really kind of manifested in the inside out bundle that we have on our website.
Great. Well, our website is C60Evo.com, EVO as in evolution. And the reason we are the C60 Evolution is because we're no longer selling like the rest of the market industrial grade C60, questionable C60 from China. You know, we don't know where people are sourcing their others, but we have been doing it 30 years in our lab with great integrity, selling to research institutions around the world. And now that we're making it especially for humans, and I brought girliness to these guys that have owned the lab 30 years. They weren't sure what to do with me because I'm all woo-woo and bizarre political. But when it comes to products, the proof is in the pudding. For them, the proof is in the sales. So they've been quite impressed and they're giving me kind of a nice loose leash. So I do want to mention, even though I'm not sure if Brigitte loves it yet, we have the C60 Evo lip renewal. And this is our mint. We also have unflavored. And the reason for that, I said, and my mother, 92 years old, the facial serum. And she said, yeah, I love it. It's as good as all my highly expensive things that I've been using for 40, 50 years, maybe 50, 80, I don't know. But she's switched up to our ESS 60 formulation. And she said, you know, it's just as good as all the things I was using, but what it did for my lips was remarkable. She had something going on that the doctor couldn't cure. And she said, I don't know what's in your lip renewal, but now my lip is good. And I've heard that from a few people. So the variety of products has been fun, and very soon we're going to be coming out with our luscious lemon body butter. Kind of a tricky product to make because butters, they don't want to get hot, they don't want to get cold. So it'll go out with instructions that you might see it melt, you might see it do different things, but it's so worth it in the short run and long run because what we want to do is only put great things on our body that our body's going to want to eat and our dogs are going to lick off our legs. Any final thoughts, Brigitte?
Actually, I do really like the lip balm. I just don't use lip balm that often for some reason. But no, it's also a great product. I just wanted to say that.
Great. Now, do you have any makeup on?
No, none at all. A little eyeliner, but no makeup. I
That's
never.
awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't either. And okay, so we're both in our late 60s and we are coming around with better health all the time because we care about what we're putting in and on our bodies. Brigitte Mars, do you want to say your website for people that are looking for what you offer?
Really, BrigitteMars.com. Check it out. I've got lots of YouTubes and I've written a book on natural beauty as well called Beauty by Nature. So thank you for this opportunity to help people with a great product.
Thank you. Chris, final thoughts?
No, thank you, Brigitte, for helping us.
Blessings.
Well, I feel very lucky whenever people talk about Brigitte, which I hear pretty often. I always say, yeah, well, she's a good friend of mine.
Bless you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
very
much.
honored by the work you do. You've made such a difference in the lives of so many people. So again, C60Evo.com, like evolution. And if you sign up for a monthly subscription, you'll get 20% off. All right, take care and thank you all so much.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Bye.